What's up guys, and welcome to some more Sun and Moon coverage, and we have some new screenshots, I suppose we can call them. CoroCoro released a trailer on their YouTube channel, so basically this was CoroCoro's big scoop, which is basically a trailer from what we received, but in Japanese, which is fair enough, it was still a announcement for the Japanese region, whatever. And it basically shows the same sort of thing, the starters, didn't show the legends, but basically the same sort of thing we saw in our trailer. A couple of shots with Lola, the starters and stuff about them. But there are two screenshots, or a little sort of, I guess, video section of stuff we haven't seen before. And this is the character leaving the house, as you can see here, and just simply running to the right. So we can assume this is the character's hometown, starting village, whatever, which is the same village where you receive your Pokemon. So that's what I'm assuming, at least. But you can see him basically exit the house and run to the right. So the reason I'm assuming this is because the trailer tends to, trailers tend to follow a, I can't remember the word I'm trying to think of, but in a process of events basically. So he starts in the house, leaves the house, and he gets a starter Pokemon basically. So, but there is actually something more particular here we want to look at than just, oh yeah, look at this new screenshot. Can you see it? Okay, basically, we had a new Pokemon, as you can see. In this circular shot of the left screenshot, you can see this young boy on the left-hand side is talking to his Pokemon, which it seems to be a new Pokemon. Doesn't look like any Pokemon I've seen before, does it? The only thing I can think of was Lillipup, but it's still a long stretch, because Lillipup is not that long. So this seems to be a new Pokemon of some sort. What does it look like? Well, it very simply looks like a Shiba, and I'm sure you all know what a Shiba is. It's the Doge, okay? It's the Doge, guys. Basically, that's what it is. It very much seems similar, because if you compare the screenshot to the picture of the Shiba on the left here, you can see the ears at the front. They're triangular, very similar to it, as well as the tail as well seems to flip over the back. As you can see, it's a white comes out from the bottom and around to the top, so it looks like the tail is sticking up just like it is there. So it looks like it could be a Shiba, or at least have a Shiba sort of influences in it. In terms of what typing this Pokemon could be, simply because of the fact that it's based on a Shiba, and the fact that it's found, we can assume, close to the start of the game, because it is, it's seen here in the starting village. Generally in the starting village you don't see Pokemon that, you wouldn't be able to catch for the majority of the game. Because of this, I would make a guess and say it's the equivalent of Rattata, Lillipup, I'm trying to think of other things, so not Lillipup, but Rattata, Sentret, Patrat, stuff like that. So the equivalent of that Pokemon in the generation, so it'd be a pure normal type. That's a possibility. In terms of whether it's going to have an evolution or not, it's possible it could have an evolution. And really just, we don't know anything at the moment about this Pokemon. This is the only shot we see. It's likely that it would have an evolution, or they could, choose to keep it just a singular sort of Pokemon there, as they did with Furfrou, because Furfrou works alright on its own. But this Shiba Pokemon, I'm going to call it, or the dog Pokemon, looks like it won't exactly be on its own, because it's a bit too small for that. At least Furfrou was fairly well proportioned, so it looks like it might have an evolution of some sort, which might be a bigger Shiba, who knows? Or it might be another sort of dog species or something along those lines, or maybe it'll just evolve into a meme, so who knows. But yeah, that's pretty much all we have for this video. There's not too much information here, really, because these are the only two screenshots we have here, not really screenshots, being as there's only extra footage we have. It's basically just of the starting village, nothing extra there. You can just see the house, and yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing new in this trailer. Stay tuned to the channel, guys, because there will be videos coming over the weekend, hopefully, as long as I'm not busy with revising. I'm planning stuff like an analysis of Alola, looking at the island we have, picking out where the inspiration from Y comes from, and then obviously predicting what else we might be able to see for other islands of Alola. And I'll also be doing stuff like legend speculation, some probably next week at this point, as well as probably starter speculation, so speculating on what each starter might evolve into in terms of typing and design and such. And I might even do a special edition of Pokemon Origins for the starters. If you guys would be interested in seeing that, let me know. It's sort of like Pokemon Origins, Alola Starters edition, just talking about each of the designs, the inspiration for that, and the names. If you guys would be interested in seeing that, let me know down below, because I'd be well up for doing one of those for you guys. But of course, if you have any ideas, or if you have any thoughts about this new Doge Pokemon, let me know down below, because it is much interest. Very cool actually works, doesn't it? Well, you get the idea. So that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the little update, hit the like button down below. But for now, I'll be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.